We're out here at Edmonds-Woodway Warrior practice. Football season starting up on Friday, and with us right now, the head coach for the Warriors, who's in his 22nd year already, John Gradwohl. And Coach, 22 years you've been doing this. Does it change much from August to August? What's it been like this year for you?
Well, this August came pretty quick since this was the earliest we've started in 22 years. But no, you start getting excited that the weather's starting to change and it's fall's coming on. It's football time. So.
Weather's changing a little bit, but it's been fairly hot this week. What's it been like for you guys conditioning-wise? Is that a little bit of a wrinkle for you? Or
yeah, and we're practicing pretty much in the heat of the day, so the kids have really enjoyed that.
I can imagine, right? Yeah.
But it's been good. I think we're in pretty good shape, and it's been a great summer, great weather, and nothing wrong with that.
Well, tell us about the team a little bit, because it feels, from an outsider anyway, like you guys are almost the forgotten team right now. You had Linwood, who makes it to their first playoff appearance in 21 years last year. Meadowdale goes to the state semifinals. Not as though you guys had a bad year. You made it to the playoffs, and you seem to do that year in and year out. Do you kind of feel like maybe you're under the radar right now a little bit, and maybe that's a good thing?
Yeah, I don't really pay attention. I was happy for Linwood. I think it's great for that program, and obviously Meadowdale being in our district and being able to go to the semifinals, that just shows well on all of us, and it's a great thing. Yeah, we had a good year last year. We tied for the league title with Meadowdale, and went to the playoffs, had a tough game versus a good team, Lakes, and what happens happens. You get to the playoffs, you're one and done, and you keep going. And we just had a tough one, but it was a great year overall. We're proud of the kids, last year's kids. After a tough start, they came back and did a great job. But now, new year and. High expectations like always.
Sure, see where it goes. But one thing you do have going for you, quite a few guys with experience now. We'll kind of maybe go through the personnel a little bit. We'll start on the offensive side of the ball, and if you're going to talk offense, you have to talk quarterback. And I know you had a pretty good one in Cameron Krall last year. He's graduated, but the young man coming up behind him also got some playing time.
Yeah, Riley didn't get a lot last year, but he came in a crucial situation versus Snohomish and led us to a win, which Snohomish is a great team. So yeah, we have high expectations for him. He's worked real hard in the off season. He's developed his leadership skills, obviously his football skills, and I'm excited. It's going to be a little weird because he's left-handed, so everything's wrong. But I'm figuring that out as we go.
Turn everything upside down and get it to work.
That's right.
And that's Riley Chappelle we're talking about, who had a really nice come-from-behind game for you guys against Snohomish.
Yeah, absolutely. Did an awesome job.
And the experience that you get from something like that in the confidence building. I know we interviewed him a few days after that game, or I think it was 2 days later, and just felt like he was very confident after getting that game under his belt. I've got to think that helps for that position in particular.
Well, you never know, in the heat of a battle, how kids are going to react, and it was just nice to see him compete and just have confidence and all those things. It was awesome.
Now, as far as your running game, you've got quite a few guys back. Capascio Cherry, sophomore last year, had a huge year. Chris Tilbury had some carries for you. Noah Becker maybe in the backfield this year too?
Yeah, we got obviously Capascio, Noah, Carlos Serrano, Dominic Lawrence, Kelly Jackson. So yeah, there'll be a lot of guys carrying the ball, and we're excited for that. They're all pretty dang fast and good runners, and so depending where we want to rest them, if we're going to rest them on offense or defense, that's who's going to be playing or who's hot.
Yeah.
Kind of thing,
You almost need more footballs for your team.
Yeah, well, I tell you, it's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. Now, what about out on the outside? Are we going to see anybody catching the ball this year that we haven't seen in the past? Or I know you've got one guy in particular who we saw make his presence known late in the season last year.
Yeah, Jarro's back. Aaron Richardson, who had a great year last year, he's back. Noel will be playing some receiver. Salou, Fatih, and Brian Sarnowski are out there. Nico Cooper's out there. So we're playing a lot of different receivers too, because a lot of them play on defense, so we're trying to rotate them around. But they're all great kids, work hard, pretty fast, and run good routes. So we'll play a lot of different guys.
As far as the offensive line is concerned, you always seem to have strong lines. What are we looking at this year?
Well, you always lose a couple. Since there's 5 of them, you always lose a few of them. We got Xavier Belcher back at center, Tyler McClendon and Tyler McAtee back at guards. Anthony Wu probably be our left tackle, a sophomore. Josh Brown, a junior, will be our right tackle. Then we got a number of other guys that be rotating through there, and but yeah, it's not bad. They're doing a good job.
I think anybody who saw your team last year really enjoyed watching the defense, and you just had a bunch of guys swarming the ball at all times, and quite a few underclassmen from last year's team too. A lot of returners there.
Yeah, we pretty much got them all back, except all the games. Obviously we lost, which was too bad, but. got our inside linebackers back, got our D-line back besides Ollie. We got our corners back. We got our safeties back. So, we're real excited. Dominic and Carlos Serrano, our inside backers. I mean, expect big things from them. And the McAtee and McClendon D-line. Tyler's a heck of a player. We lost a couple years ago to a knee injury. Or actually last year at the beginning of the season to a knee injury. So he's back full speed. So, yeah. I'm real excited about the defense. I don't know how big we are, but we got a lot of team speed.
Right, and now when I look at your schedule, and you're starting out your first 3 games with non-conference games, the one thing I'll say for you is you didn't exactly take the easy road. I mean, these are tough teams. You've got a Jackson team that, by all accounts, is vastly improved this year. Kentwood and Woodinville, some folks think Woodinville might even have a team that could win a state championship this year. Tell me a little bit about what that means to your team in terms of, obviously, maybe these are games that aren't quite as easy as far as getting into the win column, but I've got to think that these are also the kind of games that really build character and get you ready for the regular season too.
Yeah, we got a tough league, and you could play some lesser opponents and maybe build some confidence. Some people like that. I feel like we can play with anybody. I'm not saying we can beat everybody, but we can play with anybody, and we'll see. Jackson's always got a good team. They always got good team speed, and I'm sure that'll be a back and forth battle like it usually is with Jackson. And I haven't played Kentwood in a number of years, but I know it's a football-rich tradition down there. I'm sure that'll be great. And obviously we played Woodinville last year, and I know they were a young team. As good as they were a pretty young team. So I'm sure they're loaded. But whatever, we'll play whoever, and our kids, they're gonna show up and give the best shot, and I think it will prepare us for the league.
So you start off your season 5 o'clock this Friday night here at Edmonds Stadium. You're going against Jackson. It seems strange to keep saying that Jackson's a non-conference team because for so many years this was a conference rivalry, but they are a 4A school now. But one thing that hasn't changed, you've been here a while. Joel Vinson's been the head coach over at Jackson for a number of years now, close to 20 as well.
Probably 20, yeah.
Yeah, so you guys know each other very well.
Yeah, we played a lot.
Does it help you in getting prepared for a game like that, knowing that the coaches... What's that chess match like, knowing that you guys...
You would hope so.
Yeah, I would think, right?
We've had some crazy games over the years, just crazy games. And so I don't even pretend to make a prediction. I mean, back and forth, come from behind. I mean, we've had some crazy games. And it'd be nice to go down, have them come here and just beat them to death and have the game over by the third quarter. But
sure.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're a good football team, and they're going to fight till the end. And I'm sure it'll be an exciting game, which sometimes isn't the best for my heart, but
at least, hey, preseason first game of the year.
It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. It's always a fun game with Jackson.
And I was asking a little earlier to Daniel Arias. He's the #1 ranked receiver in the state of Washington. He's already committed to playing at the University of Colorado next year. 6'4", a big kid. Does it change the way you prepare when you go against an all-state caliber player like that? I mean, do you as coaches do you spend a little more time on the game plan than you normally would?
Every team's got certain players that maybe stand out a little bit more, or maybe a little bit more trouble. And so we know where they are, and you might not change your entire scheme, but you want to know where he is on the field, and you want to be prepared for, like, if he starts to really hurt you and you can't really defend him the way you want, to be able to adapt and change in the game. A number of years ago, we were playing Jackson, and we had a kid named Chambers, and man, we had to change at halftime because the kid was so dang good, and we had to put somebody on him, and it's almost a box and one defense, in football. And so, we know where he is, and we know who he is, and we'll do our best to defend him, and if that doesn't work, we'll try something else.
If at first you don't succeed.
That's right.
So again, a big season coming up. As far as expectations, as far as goals, what do you as coaches talk about? What do you communicate to the players? Is it obviously the one game at a time mentality always plays in, but do you talk about things like Wesco championships or playoffs, or are we too far away from that yet?
Well, I think the kids have a goal of winning the Wesco championship. They also realize, in our league there's some great teams. So, it's a week at a time. I feel confident about the team we have, but like any team right now going into week 1, we still have a lot of things to improve upon. We have a lot of team building still yet to do. We haven't been challenged in a game yet to know how we're going to respond when things get tough. So we have a lot of growing to do for us to win Wesco. But I think it's something we can definitely do. It's just, how are we going to develop as a team from now until that point? And these first 3 games should, hopefully, sharpen iron with iron. Hopefully we're going to get sharp.
We will find out again the first game. Yeah, it's coming up really quick too. Friday, 5 o'clock, right here at Edmonds Stadium. Edmonds-Woodway versus Jackson. Coach Gradwohl, much appreciated, and best of luck to you guys this year.
I appreciate it. Thanks.